if I went on a date and there was a quarter pound of fucking Parmesan on their fucking like granite countertop, and you were like shaving it, I would also be like, what the fuck? Like,
Can I just be clear? What are you answering? Whether you would use a gift card or whether you would want to go out with a woman, in this case, that paid for your meal with a gift card?
The answer to both questions is no.
I've been going on some dates with this Canadian.
Oh, maybe I know him.
Gord?
Yeah, is his name Gord? Hello and welcome to Is This Good? The show where we boldly, conclusively, and scientifically decide what things in this big wide world are good. I'm Matt Austin, and with me as always is production powerhouse Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Hi JD, thanks so much for coming. And today's guest is a true triple threat, possibly even quadruple. She's the host of two hot pods, Fun with Dumb and Cash Cuties, where she performs the great service of telling past Is This Good guest Fumi Abe to loosen up and have a little fun for once in his goddamn life. But unlike many in our proud industry, she does not have a face for radio, which means she's also busy acting or modeling or, dare I say, even influencing? I'm not sure. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Steffie Baik. Steffi, welcome to Is This Good?
Oh my god, thank you so much. What a beautiful intro. And I love the song. I just wanted to jam out to the song at the beginning. Great. I liked it.
You loved our...
Yeah.
You don't want copyright-free jingle showing up on your Spotify Wrapped. So.
Yeah, I Shazammed it, actually.
That would be hurtful, actually, if someone had our theme song on Spotify Wrapped, but not the podcast itself. And we listen to the first 30 seconds, and then we sort of manually fade it out. And then just wait another 48 minutes till the extra music kicks in, and that's really what we like jamming to at a party. I don't know, that could that be real music? It's possible.
Yeah.
I think it is. Anything that
am I to
makes
say?
my body move and my head jingle. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Okay, when was the last time you went to the club?
The club.
Yeah.
That's what my mom calls it, and she used to go to the club in like the 70s.
Oh, that's cool, because...
The club?
Well, my parents are probably about the same age, and they still call it the discotheque. So your parents are slightly ahead of my parents.
That's true. Discotheque. Discotheque is spelled so weird. Like, and isn't it QUE at the end? Or did I just make that up? There's
No, it is. Yeah, I guess it's got a little French flair. That's what makes it so sexy.
El discotheque. Yeah, the last time I went, probably... Oh, I went last week. I went to the discotheque.
Oh, wow. I definitely thought it was going to be a lot longer than that, based on the pause, but...
Yeah, no, I love dancing.
Yeah.
And I've been on my solo thing. I don't know what I was going to call it. What is it called? I've been single.
Oh, yeah, single. That's what it's called.
Solo? What the fuck?
On my solo thing sounds much more like Eat, Pray, Love kind of thing, but it does make it sound a little more sophisticated.
Dude, I want to do the Eat, Pray, Love thing, but I'm like too scared. Like, it should be like Eat, Pray, Love is very like wholesome. But like there's this part of me like I'm scared to make the jump and like buy a ticket and like go out to, Indonesia. Like I don't know, I'm scared of like being
She just wants to go to the discotheque, Matt.
You go to Eastern Europe, you will have your pick of discotheques. All they have there is discotheques. But like if you go, like, did you truly go to the club alone?
No, I didn't go by myself.
Okay.
What I meant by, I didn't mean solo, I meant single, but I've also been dating.
Uh-huh.
Like a lot, going out and putting myself out there. And this one guy who I thought I liked that day, when I told him to come over, we hung out, and then the vibes were off. It was weird. It was like right after Thanksgiving, so I think, I don't know, family shit fucks you up for a week. Wouldn't you say? Like after hanging out with your family, you like lose yourself a bit for like a week, you need to like recoup. It was like couple days or a few days after. So when we hung out, it was just fucking weird. Like I wasn't into him anymore, but I had already told him to come out, and so I was like, okay, we gotta like make things sexy. Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to get out of like the, I don't know, like turkey funk. So I was like, let's go to the bar and dance a little, and we did, but it was awkward. It was so awkward the whole time, and so I just told him to leave after.
You told him to leave a public place?
Yeah, like I was like, hey, I think this isn't gonna be it. And then
Wow.
You are not each other's twin flames.
Oh, absolutely not. No. No.
So what kind of, like you said, you were just dancing at a bar, so this doesn't sound like a full club.
No, it's like one of those like East, like kind of like a hip.
Okay, like a Zebulon? Were you at Zebulon?
It's like one of those places. I don't want to tell you because I don't want it to be I don't want anyone coming to my one place where I bring randos and like try to have a good time. Like, let me keep my little spot, okay? But it is like a Zebulon, yes.
Okay, that is true. Like when in my dating days, I'm in LA now, but JD's in Atlanta, and those were mostly in Atlanta. And you did have that place where you would take everyone, and I would definitely feel self-conscious, like, do people notice that I keep bringing a different person here?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, they do notice?
Yes, dude. You don't think, like, you're talking about like the bartenders and like the...
Yeah.
Oh, they know. Yeah.
Oh, well.
And you better be nice to them.
I try to subscribe to that theory of like, stop thinking anyone else is thinking about you. You're thinking about yourself. Everyone else is thinking about themselves. They don't care. But now you just sort of fed into my worst nightmare, which I was like, oh, well, they're just probably thinking about themselves. And you're like, no. They're definitely laser focused on you. And they're looking at you. They're saying, that's not going to work out. She's way too good for him. And he
you're a
should.
hoe, Matt. You're a hoe, Matt.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what they're judging you on.
Well, I tried to be respectful. And hey, this is good news because we do have a dating question coming in the show. Didn't know you were dating, but now we do, and that's even going to be great. Actually, another dating question because you brought it up. On the show, I basically give you a topic, and then we debate whether or not we think it's good. And on this show, a while ago, we debated whether using a gift card on a date was good. And then I was listening to Cash Cuties, and you literally had a story where that just happened to you.
Yeah.
Can you take us through that?
Happened. Yeah. I went on a date to Sugarfish. Mm-hmm. I love Sugarfish. But it is a weird place because it's also like a chain. Something like going on a date at a chain. Like, it is a little strange, but I also just fucking love it. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't get a reservation at Applebee's?
You know what? With the right person, I would do it. With the right person, any situation could work. Mm-hmm. It's like if you can afford. It's almost like if you can afford a nice restaurant, but you're taking me to Applebee's, I'm good with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because it's like it's saying there's no pretense here. We're just gonna have a Dollarita and a blooming onion. I don't know if they have blooming onions there, but if they don't, they should. And maybe you could go across the street to Outback Steakhouse for dessert or something and get the onion there. It does seem
like you would have it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just fun. It's not pretense. It's not like these clubs you go to where there's bottle service and you're almost trying to like smoke and mirrors your way into seeming cool or seeming successful. Right.
It's a little like, is ironic, or is that even the right word?
No, the right word is single. No, just kidding. Now, was it like a printed, like a plastic gift card that looked like a credit card kind of thing?
It was definitely a gift card, and there was no, and at the end, he didn't, because like I think it's one thing if it was like, hey, I have a gift card, let's go eat at this place. Like I don't know, something maybe like you're forthcoming, but like at the end when you like, we had a nice time, a good conversation, and then he just like, out of his like his Gucci wallet, he brings out the gift card and he puts it down. I like can't like I can't help but like wonder where's the story? What's this gift card? Did your mom give it to you? Elephant, like, what is it? But I didn't say anything. I took a secret when the check came and he had to sign it. Well, first of all, I thought, Sugarfish, do they take they do like the gratuity. It's like 18% for like it's already on there. So I was wondering if the it'll be on there as well, like on the gift card. And I forgot because I wasn't paying attention, but I did quickly take a picture of him when he was signing the receipt because I had to put it on my socials. Like I had to put it on.
You had to. There was no choice. So I was correct at in the intro when I said you were an influencer.
Yeah, influencing you not to go on like shitty dates to sugar. That should have been a red flag. I guess. I don't know. I had a good time anyways, but it was definitely fucking weird. I didn't go on another date with him.
And was that the reason?
Partially. I did a poll on Cash Cuties Instagram, and I said, would you go on a date with someone like this or not? And it was almost 50-50. The gift card thing. Would you guys go on the date with how would you?
100. No, absolutely
really?
not. Absolutely not.
I can't even hold on, JD. Can I just be clear? What are you answering? Whether you would use a gift card or whether you would want to go out with a woman in this case that paid for your meal with a gift card?
The answer to both questions is no.
Like, is going on a date and knowing that they used a gift card, like, will you get another date with that?
Absolutely not.
No.
Why? I can't bring myself to use coupons or gift cards by myself, like, at all. Like, I'm so self-conscious about it. Like, if somebody gives me a Starbucks gift card, I will immediately re-gift it because I just don't like the look of it. I don't know what it is.
Well, let's think about that. Do you think, okay, is it like a tacky? Do you feel tacky having the gift card?
I feel tacky. I feel self-conscious. I just don't want any part of the gift card. That's it.
Do you feel poor? Do you feel poor?
No, it's not that. I wear my poorness like a badge of honor.
How dare you, Steffi? This man is recording a podcast from his garage right now, okay?
That's right.
You don't need to rub it in.
Yeah. I guess I don't like the way it looks that I have loved ones and friends, I guess, who would give me a gift card. Like, I'm just a lone wolf. I'm a Sigma or whatever they call it these days.
You earned the money. Like, you earned your right to go to Sugarfish, to go to the movie theaters, whatever it is. Like,
That's right.
Okay.
Exactly. It's very, very, the opposite of badass is to pull out a gift card to Sugarfish. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, in the future, let's say, when they're putting gift cards on our phone and you're using Apple Pay or something like that, like, you will never, the person receiving the money will never know from whence the money is coming from. You know what I mean? It's all commingled somewhere.
Right.
But the weird thing to me is, like, then you have to do the backwards math, Steffi, where you're like, he only took me here because he specifically had a gift card here. And I don't know in the planning how it went, but if he was like, oh, you were like, well, let's go out in this area. And he was like, really feeling Sugarfish tonight. And then you're like, oh God, this guy made me go further from my house so he could use a gift card. Now we're starting to get into not second date territory.
Yeah, because you were not thinking about me. You were thinking about the gift card.
Right.
Yeah, it's the first.
He fucking loves that gift card. He's putting that gift card in places you don't want to know.
The crazy thing is, it didn't max out, and we had like the trust me, right? So like that means there's more money. Which then I'm like, wait, that's a lot. That's a lot of money on that gift card. Who the fuck gave you a $500 gift card, bro? Like,
well, you know what's on that gift card? A date with another woman is what's left on that gift card.
Yeah.
What if he keeps refilling it himself? Like, that's his move.
Fuck, what kind of psychotic person?
I don't know.
I thought, okay, this other part of me was like, you hear of people who like trade things for gift cards, like online. They're like, they have, like,
sure.
where you can buy someone's gift card, like on Craigslist for like $5, you'll get this like mystery gift card.
Right.
So I thought, what if this guy was doing that? Like, what if he's like buying $10 gift cards, but they're like worth, $50 or $100? And that's even worse, bro. Like, I'm not worth $150 like meal. You paid $20 plus you drove 30 minutes. That's why I thought that was weird. He did drive. We drove to Pasadena. Like, that's hard, bro.
That's the best Sugarfish. I can't believe this guy's online. He's got a Gucci wallet and he's online doing gift card arbitrage. Something's not adding up here.
I know.
Who am I to say? Oh, before we start, I do have one more question because we've had a lot of people on the show, but a lot of similar people. Like, let's say they're stand-ups or they're comedy writers. But you're the first person we've had on the show that is a model. So I want to just ask you in general, is modeling a good job?
Oh, God. I don't want to speak for every model, but I would say most my friends who are models who are maybe a little bit older all would agree at some point it really sucks. Because I think when you're young and you start doing it, you're kind of like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And there's like this, like, there's obviously a sex appeal. Like, it's an exciting thing. There's cameras, there's, you get to see yourself on billboards. It's fun. But at some point you realize, like, it's just all about the way you look. And that doesn't feel good. I feel weird sometimes when I'm, like, modeling for, like, a beauty campaign and, like, do I look, like, is my skin up to par with all these other models? I shouldn't compare myself, but you can't help it. You gotta, you want to get the next, you want to get the second or third job with that same company because it's a huge brand. So you have to, look essentially perfect for the production, for the clients when you're on set. So there's all these things that you're thinking about how you're perceived externally. And when it has to do with, like, the way you look, I think it's hard. It's already,
right.
It's very superficial. So, is it a good job? Yes. I think that overall it's given me a lot of opportunities. It's made me, like, monies. So we love that.
You're telling me they don't pay you in Outback Steakhouse gift cards?
Overall, modeling has given me a lot of opportunities and, like, access to things. Modeling has given me a lot of access and also this, like, false confidence of who you are. Like, I don't truly know, am I attractive? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't, it fucks with me, truly.
But
so, like,
I imagine, though, like, let's say you were like, I think I'm funny, but I'm not really sure. And then someone hires you to write on a comedy. You might still have imposter syndrome, but you might go, okay, it's being externalized. Someone is telling me that I'm good at comedy. So if you're modeling and you're like,
I'm on this comedy podcast, am I? I don't know. Like,
Steffie, you're on 2 other comedy podcasts. Well, I think you're fine. I think you know what you're doing.
Or is it I'm depressed? Which are the two? Is it all of the above? You know what I mean? Like, what?
I can write that down, and then we could circle back at the end and make a ruling. Okay, when I sent you the link, you know this wasn't a link to telehealth, right? I just want to be clear, because if you do, then I do have to get a disclaimer from you. Okay, let's do just a quick bit of housekeeping before we move on. If you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/isthisgood. If you want to send me an email with future show topics, isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. And of course, subscribe on YouTube, because JD makes these videos look beautiful. He puts in things that I didn't even know he had. He's a master. He's a true artist.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to the first Is This Good question. Brett G asks, and Steffi, so glad we talked about what we talked about at the start, because this is a perfect question for you. Letting a friend run your dating app profile. Mm-hmm. Is this good? So obviously the standard is you set up your own dating profile and then you swipe on the people you want and you write back to them, and that's how it works. But I have seen it done where someone will be like, you know what, just fuck it. I can't fucking deal with this anymore. And they'll give it to their friend, and their friend will do it for them. What do you think about that?
At this point, I don't give a fuck. Like, Matt, you can do it. JD, go ahead, do it. Like,
sure,
I don't
I'll
give
have
a
a crack
fuck.
at it.
It's like, I don't really understand what the algorithm. I was like, bro, this is not what I'm looking for. What is happening? It must be me. So why don't you guys do it? Like, I don't.
Well, hold on. What are you getting? What are you getting versus what do you?
Oh my god! It is like skip. Like, it's everything. It's everything. Like, everything. Like,
well,
it's
a massive humanity.
Yeah. Like, I'm not. It really just tells me I must not be picky. Like, they're like, you have no taste, Steffi. That's what they're saying. They're like, anyone is okay, and you know what? That's my fault.
But you're not swiping on those people that they're like, they're like, all right, give the leftovers to Steffi, but you're not swiping on them, so the algorithm is learning that you do have standards, I think.
Really? I need to
Mustn't it
look
be?
at. I really don't understand. Well, okay, so when are you guys single? Like, are you on the
I
application?
not currently, but or hopefully will be ever again in my life. But I've done online dating for a very long time, so I can lend a very sympathetic ear because it was some of the worst years of my life.
Yeah. Well, now you're showing off, Matt, and I'm pissed right now. Okay, so like, F you. I'm just kidding. Congratulations. That's I really
Thank you.
really happy for you, and
Thank
I
you.
can't wait for this to happen because this shit is confusing as fuck. Like it is creepy. So like did you put like what kind of person, like do you go in and like very specific, like I want this age range to this age range, I want this
Yes.
political stand. You were very specific.
Well, it depends. What app are you using?
Ugh.
If you don't mind saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm on Hinge and Raya, and I've gotten rid of most of the other ones, I think. Or my
Okay.
profile might be there, but I don't use them.
Okay. So again, kind of hurtful because I'm not Raya material, but I did use Hinge a lot. And yeah, I did. I use it to its full capacity in that, like, I filled out all my prompts just to try to give fucking something for someone to go on, because so much of online dating is hey, and I can't do hey anymore. I don't know what to say to hey. I don't want hey in my life. So I'm trying to give them easy things that we can talk about. And yeah, I do put age in because, like, I don't want a 20-year-old in my feed because I'm not gonna swipe on them, so they're just taking up space. And I don't know what other filters you could use. Now, my question to you is, do you have a height filter up?
I don't, but I didn't for many years, and I recently did it. I recently did it, and gone, I've gone, um, I can't do too tall.
Oh, a height filter the other direction.
Limiting
I
that.
don't. I dated. I went on one date with some dude that was like 6'4" or something like that, and he didn't cuddle. He didn't cuddle because he has like some sort of like joint issues. So instead, what he did, you know what he did do, and I'm not. There's nothing again. I'm so sorry. Like, it's not that part because you could have joint issues and still cuddle someone. It was the fact that instead of cuddling me, he used a pregnancy pillow. Have you ever?
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
it's too much. Like you've used a pregnancy pillow before, like I have. Like you know what that feels like. You've experienced that. Like
All right, so getting back to the question of letting a friend run your dating app profile, what do you think, because you said you'd be up for it, what do you think that they're going to do with it that you're not doing?
be selective. You know, like they're just gonna be selective. Like they're gonna be like, this isn't it for you, fam. There are so many times I'll be out in a social situation, right? A group of people, and then someone comes, whatever. Like either someone comes talks to me, or I'm like, oh, this person looks interesting. I talked. There are so many times with different friends where they pull me aside and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "No, no, can't do, no, no." And I'm like, "What?" I I don't know what it is that they're seeing that I'm not seeing. That's
Well,
like,
hold on. What are they saying no to? Like, don't flirt with this guy, he sucks, or
yeah,
you're being really
yeah.
weird? Oh,
No,
okay.
all of it. It could be about the looks. It could be about the personality. It could just be like. Apparently, I don't have like specific standards that make someone either. I think whatever it is, like they either have like I don't know, like I hate saying red flags because it's literally the word. It's just like that's what it is. They have something that's like this is not the person you want to be with, and I'm like, okay, I'm just talking to them. It's not like I'm necessarily like I want to go like marry this person. I'm just talking like, but I don't. I think my therapist has told me that um, not everyone is interesting. Like you have to like have boundaries around that, and I think that's just me hosting. It's just like I like talking to people. I think everyone is interesting. And so maybe when I'm the profile, it's like fucking weird because when I have to sit down and like actually like this is why I'm saying like I don't know if I necessarily it's like it's the gamut of people or like there's no this is should be your type and like So I think other people like you, maybe if you guys did it for me, you would know what's good for me. Like,
Yeah,
and
well, it's hurtful to find out that you have a therapist, so you're cheating on JD and I with your therapy. But
I could have three.
it's so interesting to me that you're taking this from a tack of you're not selective enough. Because when I think of this question, I think, oh, I'd be too selective, and then maybe having a friend come on, they would be like, all right, what about this person? And then I'd be like, no. And then they'd be like, why? And I'd have to say, I have no idea. I don't know. Just a feeling. And they're like, well, maybe you should be a little more open-minded. And then I'd have to start talking to them. But you're on the opposite end. You're just
I've never heard of my thing. I've definitely heard of talking about it. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, again, it's just, this is why I go out with people and I go on dates, and I also give them like more than one chance. Like, even if I'm like, I don't know if about this person, it probably doesn't make sense for my future.
No, I think that's a good thing though. That's positive. Giving people more than one chance is positive.
But that's the issue. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I think your issue is the first yes is too broad. The funnel is too wide at the top. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And I think you just need to, do you tend to date the same person over and over?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to break that cycle. Now, here's what I'd recommend to you. I'd like to podcast weekly, maybe for an hour of 50 minutes, of course, because I need time to change over till my next podcasting therapy client.
Okay.
But yeah, you just, when people are dating the same person over and over and that person is bad, I'm confused as to why they don't immediately recognize that it's the same kind of person. Are people out here tricking you?
No, I don't get tricked easily.
Okay, so they're just saying.
Do you want to, like, do you really want to just take over my profile?
I think it could be an interesting experiment. I don't know how would it actually be done. Well, I guess I would just take your password.
Yeah, you would take my password and you would swipe.
Matt, now, would I have to talk to the people?
Huh?
Do I have to talk to the people?
Well, this was your question initially, okay?
Yeah,
so like
I know, but there's many ways
it could. To do the work to figure out what you wanted to do.
I think ideally, Matt, you have to take it over. You have to make the initial contact. You just tell Steffi you got to be at Applebee's at 8 p.m. in Pasadena, and you're meeting Michael or whoever, you know? And that's it. And then Steffi shows up, and then that's her first. She knows nothing. Just look for the guy in the bowler hat. You know, and that's all she knows.
Like that.
Look for the guy. He's in a very cool fedora. He's wearing a velour tracksuit. I think you're really gonna like him. Now, the interesting question is, if you did this, would you then admit to this guy wearing the bowler hat that you weren't the one talking to him? I think you would have to pretend it was you, or else he'd be like, "What the fuck am I on a prank show?"
Yeah, I think I would just tell them that, like, yeah, there's this guy that I just met, and he's
it's a complete stranger.
Yeah, he's kind of like my therapist. We don't know, but so he's choosing for me because he has a successful relationship now. So that's why.
Well, also, because I care, and because I was fighting with you in those trenches, man, and it was dark. It was dark.
Right? What is it that was the worst thing for you? Wasn't it the initial, like, the boring questions, the same questions? What was it for you that was the worst?
I think it was getting to the date. Like, once it was the date, I feel pretty confident that I can kind of just talk to most people. So I wouldn't be the kind of person that would be worried, like, well, what are we going to say to each other? But just the matching and then the talking and then, saying we should go out and then getting a response and then figuring out where do you live, where do I live, and then blah, blah, blah. And then up until, let's say that was like a week earlier, that whole week that goes by, you're kind of on pins and needles because the way dating goes now, you're expecting at any moment to get a text baby like, I can't make it, I mean, if you're lucky. So yeah, that's the worst part. And then, I would feel bad if we went on a date, if I went on a date with someone and they didn't like me and they were just like, no, I'd be totally fine with it. But then I hated to be the one that was like, I'm not really feeling this,
Yeah.
And then
there's no good way to do it. What do you tell them?
There'd be times when you have a date scheduled and you're like fucking dreading it because you're like, what is the point of going on this first date? We're going to go out, we're going to have a drink. and it's not going to work out. So what's the point? But once you start thinking like that, you've been defeated.
What if you weren't into somebody, do you just say like, hey, I'm not, I wasn't really vibing it. And they seemed really excited, right? And they're like, hey, let's set up the next date. And on the date, you're like, you still haven't really made your decision, but you're like, okay. And
Yeah,
then
you say okay in the moment, and then you have to text them, and you have to say, hey, it was so great meeting you. I really enjoyed it. I'm not feeling the connection I'm looking for, but I wish you the best of luck.
Can you
That's
send
pretty
that?
good.
Can you send
That's
that?
good. That was pretty good. Let's write that down.
Yeah, write it down.
Luckily, we're recording this, so we can transcribe it.
Yeah.
All right, Steffi, I want to get to the next segment, which is when people need help navigating life's biggest decisions. They email us, and they seek our wise counsel, and we deliver an airtight verdict. It's time to settle this. All right, so someone's written in an email, a listener, and this is a very Cash Cuties-esque question, so you're going to feel right at home here. So here it goes. Hi, Matt. I'm getting married next year, and I've been thinking about my bachelor party. I would love nothing more than to go across the pond to England with all of my best friends. A big group of us are huge soccer fans, and it would be the ideal way for us to celebrate. On the other hand, we're in our late 20s, which means there is a mix of well-established professionals and people who are still figuring it out financially. On top of that, weddings are starting to happen more regularly, so the cost of attending can really pile up. I want to do what I want. It's my bachelor party after all, but I don't want to burden my friends with a difficult situation. Should I follow my heart or opt for a more accessible, closer to home experience? Thanks for your help in advance, Evan. So maybe you don't relate to this from a bachelor party perspective, but Lord knows this happens on the bachelorette front. Someone has dreams in their head of an extravagant thing. We're traveling to this place. We're staying at this 5-star hotel. We're doing this experience or event, and I want you to buy this piece of clothing to wear to this thing. And at a certain point, Steffi, you're just like, fuck, no, this is pissing me off. Or maybe you're not. So what advice would you give to Evan in this situation?
I mean, maybe I will get married again, but like this is like my time to shine. I'm gonna do what I want. If you can't afford it, I would be down to help some people. There are some people that will make a party fun. Like I know I will have a better time knowing this person is there, or like having my sister like there, even if she's not the best time, and I might get into argument. Like I just know I want her there. It's gonna be great for like just generally. So I would help pay for those people. Like I don't know if I have necessarily even the money, but it's also like I understand that it's not easy for everyone. So I think there's an element of like me being like, I will maybe get the hotel and you just like stay at my hotel, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you can afford to, that's by far the best. Fuck, if you can afford to, then like let's say you're going to some nice place and you're all staying in Airbnb, just be like, in the email, say, I'm taking care of the Airbnb, just book your flights or whatever you can.
Exactly.
I'm guessing that maybe in this situation, this guy can't. But, people always say, like, with things like this or maybe a destination wedding, they're like, you can do it. Follow your heart. Just know that some people won't be able to come and you have to be okay with that.
Right.
But I kind of feel like it's not quite as simple as that. Because let's say JD's having a bachelor party and it's too expensive for me to go. At a certain point, I'm going to feel like, I guess JD thinks that the thing he's doing is more important than who's with him.
Right.
That he doesn't want his old pal Matt to be there. And then maybe there's a lingering animosity. Or maybe I feel pressured to go because JD's a close friend. And now I'm putting shit on my credit card that I can't afford. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it is an awkward situation that's a little more fraught than people give it credit for when they say like, well, just do what you want to do. And if people can afford it, they'll come. And if they can't, they won't. I mean,
right.
we're dealing with naughty interpersonal things here. Yeah. So, I guess I would still say go to England if you really want to, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like it kind of sucks to do the thing that you don't really want to do.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And you're, like, doing
it sucks to compromise at a time when it's supposed to be all about you for once in your goddamn life.
Mm-hmm. I would land on the go to England as well, because sometimes if you have like a friend who's on the cusp of, it would be tight for them to go, but they're never going to go to England and they're never going to go to Wembley Stadium to see a football match. unless they're doing this specific event. You know what I mean? So it sort of forces them into a great time or the trip of a lifetime. But I agree. Oh, don't do
Well,
this.
okay, but how about this? How about this as a solution? You do your bachelor party in a way that everyone you really want to be there can afford to do.
Okay.
And then you take one buddy, your best friend or your biggest soccer friend, and you go to England with them.
Okay, that's fine too. But you're not doing what you want to do. You want your bachelor party to be in England and to go to some soccer matches.
Is this crazy? If all of you guys like put in a few $1,000s into, like, if that's 10 of you guys, you put it in. I don't know if this is. I'm just thinking it out loud. It's like you put it into a pool. You pool the money together. Everyone,
and we bet it all on crypto.
Oh.
Is that not what you were going to say?
I mean, if you've had good luck with that, then yes, Matt.
Nope. I'm not touching that.
I'm negative like $4,000 on Nokia still. Like that's insane. That's not even crypto. What was that? What is it? I used
Nokia
crypto.
phones?
Well, maybe they'll start making boots again, and then you can you'll recoup.
During the pandemic, when everyone was buying like GameStop, I bought a Nokia. Do you remember that time? I bought
Yeah, sure.
and I don't know why I'm still waiting. I never pulled out. I'm like negative 4,000. Like,
do they still make phones? Like, was that a thing you Googled? Like, Nokia still making phones? ? Nokia, has Snake gotten that much better in the last 14 years?
No fucking clue, man.
Wow.
This is why they don't leave money to me like that. Like, I don't know. I have no idea.
I think you got to start walking the walk. I think you need to put away your iPhone, which I assume you have, and I think you need to get a Nokia, like a standard candy bar phone, because you are an influencer. And now you take that out of your pocket, people are like, hold on a second, is Nokia back? Why didn't you tell me Nokia was back? Now, that stock's going up by pennies.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. We have a lot of good ideas on this show.
No, that's a good ass idea. All right. I might get a Nokia. I don't know what kind of phone they have.
Okay, also maybe look into selling. Consult Fumi. I feel like Fumi knows. What did Fumi tell you to do with the stock?
He looks like he knows. He doesn't. I think I make more money than him. I think I'm more invested as much as you think that guy is. He's not. I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. And you're having much more fun than him, so I'd say you're winning.
Yeah.
Not that it's a competition. This show is a competition. At the end of the show, JD and I will decide who did better. And
wait, can you tell me who you had more fun with? I know it's me. There's no way.
Oh, for sure. You know, Fumi was on earlier, and I don't think we still had this wildcat style of podcasting that we've perfected at this point. You know, maybe it was a little more buttoned up. No, we had a really good time with Fumi. Fumi's very funny.
He is very funny. I love him.
Steffi, not everyone's going to agree with everything you say, but sometimes you have to stand alone on the edge of popular consensus. It's time for unpopular opinions. So these are unpopular opinions I've collected from the internet, and they're all finance related because of Cash Cuties, which you may not want, but hey, these are the questions I've picked, and now we got to do them because they're written on this computer that I'm staring at. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you the unpopular opinion, and just tell me if you agree or not. And this one, I know you have an opinion on because I know you used to do this job. Realtors make too much money.
There is a part of me that wants to agree with it, but there's another part of me for the amount of hours. The way I worked, I wasn't like the top probably 4 or 5% of realtors who would do this, which is work 8. I didn't work. I had a crazy schedule where I'd wake up at 4:30, work out. It was really regimented. Like everything was like running a business, like an intense business. And I would door knock, cold call, hit over 350 homes a day for many years. So that's why.
Hold on. What do you mean? What? You would knock on 350 doors a day?
Yeah, I would make sure. Maybe not. It depends on the day because I would have like marathons, like on the weekends where I would do this, or I would get on the phone and I had to talk to at least 15 people a day about real estate. So it's not like, hey, this is Steffi with Short Realtors. There's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath down the street. Who do you know that wants to buy a home? It can't be like no or yes. It has to be like, oh, let me talk to you actually about, are you interested in selling your home yourself? And then like getting into like the nitty gritties of like someone who's actually interested. Now that is someone I've prospected and has agreed that I will call back this client, right? This person that's not a client yet, but that would be a successful person that I'm like, okay, this is a person who wants to actually purchase real estate within the next whatever, like 1 to 3 months. That's someone I'd be like, okay, that counts as one person that I had a successful conversation with. So I would have to have 10 of those. But that means I would have to talk to a lot of people before getting to that point.
Right.
So was the amount of work for that one, plus the amount of, so for that client, say that they sell a home in Manhattan Beach, and I am advertising, I am going out on the streets, I am passing out flyers, I am making specific ads, I'm getting like 3D, renderings of the fucking place. Yes, I do think that the percentage that I get is worth my time. But
okay, well, can I present the other side?
Yeah.
Like here's what people online say, right? So when you sell a house, the agent gets 6% commission. That's usually split between the seller's agent and the buyer's agent. So 3%.
Well, that's not, most people are not doing 6% now.
So let's work off 3%, because I did this math before and I'm not good at doing math, and I'm going to embarrass myself if you change the numbers to 2.5% on me. But you sell a $1 million house, 3%, so you just made $30,000. I guess what people online would say is, so then if you sell a $2 million house, you make $60,000. But is it harder to sell a $2 million house versus a $1 million house, or is it double the amount of effort on the realtor's part?
If you are selling a home for a $2 million house, there's just more work you're going to have to do to sell a $2 million house in a neighborhood. Like that means that you should be getting what is it called, where they like fly around and they get
a drone, like a
drone,
overhead
getting
shot?
the drone, which is a lot of money. You're getting better pictures for better exposure. You are doing better open houses, meaning you're going to get catering. You're going to get, you're just going to get more like you should be getting like an A+ type of experience with the agent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And you've defended it. So you have done the job, and you say, fuck this unpopular opinion. Realtors don't make too much money. They make exactly the right amount of money.
But some people, they are making too much money, for sure.
Yeah,
some people, if you're not putting the work in. But they're not getting the $60,000, by the way. Like, that's my point, is like you're getting $10,000 off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know, but we don't like to deal in nuance here. Let's just take big headline things, because then
you need me to say yes or no. You need me to be like
no. No, you answered the question perfectly. But I want to move on to the next financial unpopular opinion. Buying an expensive engagement ring is a waste of money. So like how people say like you got to do. Apparently, I looked it up, and the original thing in a marketing campaign said you should spend 1 month's salary on an engagement ring. And then at some point in the 80s, I don't know how, but it went up to 3 months' salary.
Okay.
So if you're making $120,000, that's $30,000 on a ring.
I want that.
Okay. I sort of suspected you might say that.
Why did you think that?
I think you like the finer things in life.
Okay, what
Applebee's,
makes
engagement rings.
This is why when I say I model and I have like this illusion, like before that I would have said no. Now that I'm a model, I'm like, oh yeah, I deserve. This is what I deserve. Everyone has gaslit me into believing that I am more than I am, and now I need my $30,000 ring. God damn it!
You want rose petals strewn at your feet when you walk down the sidewalk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't think this is insane. Now, what if the person that you were in love with said to you, like, hey, I could spend the 3 month salary on the ring, or, maybe we could take some of that and get a house, put a down payment on a house, or go take this amazing trip together. But if I spend this money on the ring, now that money is sitting on your finger, and we don't have these other things. You're okay with that?
Why do I have to choose?
Oh, boy. So if bankroll's important, then how are you sussing that out on the apps?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
That's the
And
problem.
also,
Matt.
I might think those things are true, but that's not who I date.
Okay, that's good. So you're saying you have a perfect world vision of it, but you're willing to compromise it if it's the right person.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
A
okay.
lot of this is like, of course, I joke about those things, but like, if someone, yes, that's why I'm still single. I have these ideas, these grand delusional ideas of what I think I want and should society says I should have, and then I'm like, I don't know, like that person isn't cool. So that's why I have everyone's in the pool. Do you get what I mean?
I know. It's the pool's getting crowded. The water's splashing over the edge. Soon, you're all gonna be standing there cold because there's no more water.
I'm just trying to find like the middle ground, and
Okay, that's good.
Me. And I know I'm not saying, hey, at 30,000, do I want it? Of course I want it. Nobody's gonna be like, no, I don't want that. But like, also, this is why you date. You got to figure out like what's more important than the other thing. And I think that's why it's a little bit open now, because I'm like, gotta test it all out. And I do have, sometimes I do date people who don't have those things, and I get mad at myself because at some point then I have to basically carry that burden, right?
The financial burden.
Yeah. And I'm like, why am I doing this? It's because I like this person. So there's this, when you become an adult, you really do have to figure out what really is more important than the other, but you got to experience it to figure that out. So
yeah, well, so guys, if you're listening, she's willing to compromise down to 2 months' salary, maybe 2.5, certainly not below 1. All right, one more financial unpopular opinion. This one's very simple. American money is ugly. Now, put me down for an agree, but I still like it because like other countries like Canada or China, they have like this colorful money, and some is like holographic and it's got like plastic in it. You can kind of see through it. It's very pliable. American money just all looks the same. It's all the same size. It's not fun, but I like how little they tried with it. If you know what I'm saying.
Yes, there is something that is really unattractive about our money, but it smells good. You ever smell it? Other money
It smells like cocaine.
Yeah.
If you get the right bill.
Something about it is sexy. The smell of it is sexy. The way, I don't know if physically you're right. It's not colorful enough. It's very, it is one dimension. There is something about it, but I'm still very like attracted to it. It's still sexy to me.
Sure.
Like I get a little horny off of it, and I don't know why. It just looks.
So you're saying more so than if you saw like an Italian lira, or I guess they're on the euro now. But if you saw a euro, that wouldn't do it for you. But a American greenback.
I haven't been conditioned with that money enough to be like that shit.
Right.
The more like, yes, it is very pretty, but it also is like, is it? I don't get it. Like, why some of them are translucent or transparent. They look like plastic. They could melt. I don't think our paper does our paper, like I've never like tried.
Well, it burns. It certainly burns.
It definitely burns.
It burns, right?
I can't believe I was about to say it. I was about to say it's kind of like punky. You know what I mean? It's like all this maximalist design with all these colors and different materials and shapes. And America's like, no. We just know 3 chords, and we're just going to play them over and over.
If anything, get some girls on it. Do you know what I mean? That would be how amazing would that be? Collectibles of paper. People are going to want to make more money and spend more money if there was beautiful, smart women on there. Do you know what I mean?
Like the Queen of England.
Dudes. No offense.
Yeah, we have the Queen of England on it. We're both Canadian. We have the Queen of England on our money.
Oh, you guys are both Canadian. That's why you guys are cool. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I like because I've been going on some dates with this Canadian.
Oh, maybe I know him.
Gord?
Yeah, is his name Gord?
No, but he says a boot all the time, and I love it. Like I love it. It makes me want to say it back to him, but I'm like, oh, he's gonna think I'm making fun of him.
I don't know if he's been here long then, because that accent got beat out of both of us. Or at least. Well, I don't know. Did you think I had a Canadian accent?
No, not at all.
Right. See? We
Not
blended.
at all. He says maybe he's older and he's been here for a while, but he does go home a lot, I think.
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah, he's Canadian, first Canadian I've dated, and I'm with it, man. I'm with
Yeah,
it.
give him a chance. He'll take
Give
you
him a
ice
chance.
skating. It'll be cute.
Yeah.
All right. There's only one very quick thing left to do, and that's play subjective trivia. So, Steffi, subjective trivia, it's just like regular trivia, except only I know the answer. And here's today's question, and I don't know if you know this, maybe you do, but the Goop gift guide, the Goop holiday gift guide is out, finally. I wait for this fucking thing all year.
Wow.
Okay? And let me tell you how insane the Goop gift guide is. Like, do you have any experience with Goop? Have you purchased any of their products?
Not really, but I have gone into the shops, and I'm very curious about they have a salad place now. Like you can get food.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Goop Kitchen.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm so curious about that. You have to go, definitely, if you like the Goop holiday thing. They probably have some cool things.
Well, I just wanted to tell you how insane the Goop gift guide is. Because, it's like we have a vagina-scented candle. We've got like there's like a 24-karat G-spot stimulator. Like that's like $10,000 on it. But anyways, so...
I want all of it. I want it.
My girlfriend was looking through the gift guide, and she sent me and some friends that always talk about Goop a picture of a ring, and it says, "My Sunshine Cocktail Ring." It's $7,600, and she sent it out saying, like, can you believe they have a $600 cock ring in the catalog? And we all were like, that is fucking insane. And it was only about a week later when I was looking at the gifts I wanted to put for this question that I was like, oh, that's just a ring. That's just a regular ring. But what I'm saying is the Goop guide is so twisted that you might think they would have a $7,600 cock ring. Okay, but I digress. So which of these Goop-approved gifts, these are all on their holiday gift guide, would I most want to receive? In the top left corner, a champagne saber. Now, that's used by Napoleon, I believe, to, shunk, take the top off a champagne bottle. So that's something that's in their gift guide. All right, next we have the all-terrain candle that's hand-poured in Los Angeles using a soy and paraffin wax blend. It's shaped like a ready-to-off-road SUV. So this is a candle in the shape of an SUV, and I like in the description it said, it's incredibly detailed. Zoom in on the grillwork, windows, and tires, including a spare mounted on the back. It makes a quirky addition to a coffee table or mantle. A cute gift for any adventure lovers in your life. Steffi, I hate to say it, but it feels like you've dated some people that might have had an all-terrain candle on their coffee table, but...
You're so absolutely right. I thought the way it looks, I thought it was going to be made out of butter. Doesn't it look like one
Yeah,
of
it does.
It does. It looks delicious.
Yeah. If that was made out of butter, yeah.
Speaking of delicious, our next gift from the Goop Guide is 11 pounds of Parmigiano Reggiano. Okay? I mean, I don't even know if I need to say anything more, but it's, one of the finest cheeses. It's got to come from that specific region for it to be certified. And this one is, again, looks like about a quarter of a wheel, and that apparently comes out to 11 pounds. And our final gift is a leather tennis ball holder. The gift guide said it's a handsome tennis ball holder crafted from supple vegetable tan leather in an inky indigo hue, finished with tonal cross-stitching running vertically down the cylinder. It can hold up to 4 tennis balls, either loose or in their tube, ideal for serving balls and looks. So which of these gifts from the Goop gift guide would I most want to receive, do you think? And I have my answer written here, and our goal is to get them to match.
Oh, that you want.
I want. So now you've met me for an
want?
hour. Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah, of these, like someone said, you can choose one of 4 of these. Which would I choose?
God damn. I think that you would choose. I don't know if you play tennis. I'm gonna say the cheese. You seem the most excited about the cheese for some reason.
Okay.
But
He is
I
a
think
foodie.
Yeah,
No,
but
well, I don't like to say that word.
But I think it's such
Okay.
an annoying word, right? But it's true.
Well, I'm sorry.
He likes food. Why couldn't you just say he likes food?
Okay, but the sword is such a good deal, and it'd be so fun to cut things with that I think you'd want the sword.
I'm with you. I think it's the
Wait,
sword.
why do you say it's a good deal? You don't know how much it is.
Dude, that shit looks expensive. I don't know. It just looks expensive.
Well, do you want to guess what the most expensive item of those 4 are? The champagne saber, the all-terrain candle, 11 pounds of Parmesan, or the leather tennis ball holder?
Oh God, is it the stupid tennis ball holder?
No.
Close. That's the second most expensive.
Oh,
It's
is it then
actually
the Wait, let me
cheese
choose
is the
one.
most expensive.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
cheese. I was gonna say the cheese. I swear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's that's $396 for 11 pounds of cheese. The tennis ball holder is $350.
Does it come with balls at least?
No.
Wow.
It also comes. It fits 4 balls, but we all know tennis cans have 3 balls, so I don't
Right.
really know what they're doing here. It's like how the hot dogs come in a different amount than the hot dog buns. All right. So what's your final answer? Is champagne saber?
That's what I'm saying.
Sure. Or the cheese. Damn it! I want to say cheese.
Yeah, you got to pick.
Cheese.
It's cheese.
Ah, you foodie.
We did it. Good. That was a lot of pressure on you.
You were the most excited about that cheese. Like when
Well,
you
it's,
were.
Yeah.
it's something I can actually use. I'm telling you this because you need this advice. If you go over to a guy's house you're dating and he's like, "Oh, I wanted to celebrate this meeting you with a bottle of champagne," and he pulls out a fucking Napoleonic era saber to take off the top, run.
No.
This is bad.
No, it's badass. It's cool.
No, it
It's
is kind
not
of cool
cool.
though. Hold on. No, it's scary but cool.
Yeah.
No, it's very try-hardy.
It's try hard but cool. Like it's like I would definitely think about that person over and over again, but it's like not sure if he was gonna murder me, but also was it kind of sexy? Like I don't know, but I would think about it.
Every time you're struggling to open a jar of pickles, you're like, I wish I was still dating that guy with the saber.
Matt, though, I have to say, if I went on a date and there was a quarter pound of fucking Parmesan on
11
the
pounds.
fucking like granite countertop, and you were like shaving it, I would also be like, what the fuck? like what? Like respect, but also like, I don't know. That's cheesy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little, like, that's a little try hard too. Like, come on. Why the fuck do you have that?
I wouldn't put all 11 pounds on the charcuterie board. I would, before you came over, I would separate it.
Where are you hiding the rest of the cheese?
In the crisper, in the fridge, in the bottom drawer.
Yeah, so
11 pounds isn't that big.
Matt, if I opened your refrigerator and I saw...
And you said, why do you have this? And I would say, it was a gift.
Like, gifted you. I'd be like, you are the type of person a friend wanted to gift a quarter pound of cheese. That's also fucking weird.
That's true. Well, my last name is Austin, Osten, and apparently when I was in Denmark, they told me that literally translated to cheese man. So,
What?
Wow.
I'm the cheese man.
Wait, in what language?
In Danish.
Dude, that is so cool.
Okay, see?
Yo, that is so cool. You're Mr. Cheese Man?
I'm the cheese man.
So cool.
He's the
Yeah, I'm the
cheeseman.
cheese man. I got a vanity license plate and everything. No, hey, that's another thing. We don't want guys with vanity license plates.
Okay, that's the coolest thing about you, Matt.
There we go.
I don't know everything else. I don't know about you, but man, you will always be Mr. Cheese Man to me. And that's
Thank you. Thanks so much for coming on, Steffi. Where do you want to direct people? Tell them how to find Cash Cuties.
Okay, go on to Cash Cuties Pod. Wait, I should know this.
No. How about this? Why don't you say just search Cash Cuties in Apple Podcasts or Spotify?
Oh, okay. Yes, on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, anywhere. Please check out Cash Cuties podcast, and you'll find me, Steffie Baik, and Fumi Abe, who is also a guest here. Follow us on our Instagram, which is all Cash Cuties Pod, like actually. So you can find us there. You can find me on my socials at Baked Goods, BAIKEDGUDS. That's my Instagram. My website's on there. And then also check out my other podcast. Why not while you're there?
Why not?
It's called Fun with Dumb. So, yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Now,
you.
you gave out your Instagram. Do we want to direct eligible bachelors listening to this to slide in?
Wait, do you have cool eligible bachelor?
No, we do
no.
not.
No, I don't.
Absolutely not.
Whoa, hold on. That I know personally or our fans?
Both. You know what? Dude, you know how I am. I go with the flow.
Yeah, okay, hold on. The thing is, I in LA, I don't. But I'm gonna keep my ear to the ground. Listeners, who's to say? We got thousands of people listening to this.
That's
One
true.
of them's got to be cool.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm okay if they're not from here because I'm down. Like,
Okay, you're down to travel. Okay. We're big in Australia. Do you want to move to Australia?
I've been wanting to visit, so if someone wants to like show me around while I'm there.
Okay, the DMs are open
means.
Officially, okay? She's welcoming you into the DMs. You're not even sliding. You're gently, I don't know, rolling into a pregnancy pillow. You know, that's how soft it's going to be.
Hey. We don't know about the P word here, but yes.
Okay, metaphorically.
Thank you, man.
All right, Steffi, thanks so much for coming. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Thanks to JD. Thanks in advance for leaving a 5-star review. For everyone, I'm Matt Austin, and this was good. See you next week.